it's me. Huh? Oh no. All right, today we got the pen. Want to make a stamp? Oh yes, we are going to make a stamp today. And actually that is a mechanical pencil that is metal. I love it so much. But as you can see, I switched to the regular mechanical pencil because the lead is very much small. I don't know. The lead is thinner. So yes, I decided to draw the graphic that I usually have on all of my thumbnails, but I realized that that picture is like from 2015 and it's not up to date. And it's not even how I look anymore. I wear hats and I do have glasses. And I realized I drew myself looking like a polar bear or something. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I decided to go with my hat and glasses and beard. Now this one is kind of me, but something's off. The first one looks more like me, but this one is a little off. Yes, I do have a beard, but it's not that full, so I go in with another one. I look at a picture and I'm like, hey, I have these glasses now. And I draw my nose, my nostrils, and then I draw my wrinkly head and eyebrows, and I draw my hat. And I realize that I'm looking too comic-y, too many details. If we're going for a stamp design, we need to have it simple. And that's still not my beard. So I do it again. And this time I go in with my glasses, aviators again. Try to draw some eyeballs, draw a nose. And this one I decide to simplify the nose. And then I have my glasses. I'm like, okay, we do like that. I fix my beard on all of them. Then I go in with the new one. Okay, fresh thumbnail sketch. That's my beard. It's a little big, but that's my beard. And then that's my nose, the glasses, and I do that expression, my eyebrows. So then I go in with a smaller one, try to refine it a bit. I have the anime sheen on the glasses, the reflection of the glasses. I like that one. So as you can see, I'm kind of combining each idea as I go. So I make it smaller because on the stamp it's going to be small. So I make it smaller to see how good I can do the details. And then I make it more simple as I go. Keep simplifying until I get a decent structure that I want to go. I decide to start with the glasses because that'll make it easier to function with. And then I work my way around the beard and the hat, and then that's the whole thing. Now this is my stamp bag. I have a bunch of stamp rubbers and my inks. This one right here is a baby Jesus that I made for Christmas cards. And so that's what I use for my Christmas cards. This one right here is my son. I did a stamp of him to put on things was sent to my family. And that's a hat. You can't really tell it's a hat, but I'll make a new one day. And then here are some I made in school and not high school, in college. That one's Moon Knight's head. This one is Bucky's arm from the Avengers, Winter Soldier Avengers. Then we have a bust of my character Edith from the Quad Squad. Then we have Sarah in a pose. This stamp. These rubbers, I made these out of some thick rubber and it doesn't really work that well. This one right here is a broken one, but it's the mask from the Gorillaz Rhinestone Eyes and the Plastic Beach era, or Noodle. And that's the head of Daft Punk's One of the guys, I forget the name, but yes. And that one is a Orochi stamp. And that one is Leno's stamps. Now, as you're going to see when I start stamping them, you can't really tell that. With this tool here. Oh, and there's the tool that we're going to use. It's kind of like the carving tool from the wood one, but it's a rubber stamp maker thing. I'm going to make it this square one right here. The bigger ones, you know, they're too big. When I do art, a lot of time it's small, and I'm just going to be stamping it on and making it like, you know, my signature. Because a lot of times I don't like to put my signature on it. I feel like it makes my art look kind of my handwriting is bad. Okay, so I don't like to sign my work, but I do like stamps. So I'm gonna start stamping my work. So now that is done. Final piece. That's the baby Jesus. And this one is Orochi. You can barely see it though, because those rubber pieces were not for stamp. I don't know what they're for, but they're not for stamping. I know that. Not for these anyway. Let's see, the other one is faded. Can't really see. So I tried again. You barely see it. You know, he's kind of, his hands are cut off and his upper body is cut off. But this one, you can clearly see it because this one has more, I don't know, it sticks, it gathers up more of the stuff. And that one's Greggy. And then this one is another one that is bad, but you can see it more than the other ones. That's the bust. And then here we have the Bucky arm. If you look closely, you can see a little star there, you know, from the Bucky arm, you know, the Winter Soldier. Then we have that head. Looks pretty good. And then we have the Moon Knight face. Pretty easy to see that one. Looks good. And then we're gonna try this Sarah one. Ended up looking like a mess. So I tried on a different page, but you really still can't see it because that material was just not it. I even tried to put in different colors. So, you know, as you go, you gotta clean them up, put them away so that you can get started. So, you know, it's time to get started. So yeah, I got these stamp thingies off of AliExpress. That's a website that you can buy cheap stuff from like China. And then here we have our tool. Has multiple heads for multiple uses. Some are sharper than the other ones. I think you can get replacement heads. But yes, you just carve it out with these little ones. I'll be using that one. That's for a pen. Oops. Let's put that away. Yes, I'll be using this little V gouge. We have V gouges and U gouges and some knives. You can't really see the tips, but I'll be using the V gouge because I have really thin lines, or it's really small. So, of course, I'll be using mostly the V gouge. So let's open this baby up and see what we're going to be working with. Oh, and you have to make sure your hands are clean before you start. Otherwise, you're gonna get your stuff all ugly. So I start with the sketch, and I want it to get everything on there nice and neat. And then I realized I forgot something. I forgot something very important. You'll see later when I do it. And you also can erase on these, so you have to make sure you get them very precise. I mean, you can erase when you start carving, of course, but you know, if you want to have your drawing look good, yeah, you can't erase. So then, yeah, I start cutting, and then I realize I can't see where I cut. So then I remember you have to put a different color on it before you start. Either before you draw, or something that goes on top like this Sharpie highlighter. And so I use the highlighter. It doesn't really, I have to rub it in. It doesn't really stay on there. And so then as you cut, you can see see that it's white now. It's not pink, because helps you cut, helps you see where your lines are, help you get a clean cut, a clean stamp. And yeah, so I was thinking about making this my new logo, but I might just, I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do with this thing? Let me know in the comments. So when you're carving, it's good to go from an edge that you drew to somewhere that's not where you drew, because sometimes you can kind of slip, and if you mess up your edge, it's not going to look good for the stamp. You can see the pieces of the rubber moving around, and so sometimes you can get a little hard if your tools are duller. And you can switch your heads to make sure you get a nice clean cut, clean edge. And the trick for stamps are to get them as deep as you can, so that none of the negative space gets shown up on the stamp. Want to carve them as deep as you want to. I know with some people, with their stamps, they actually like the noise around it. But for me, I like a clean stamp, so that I don't, you don't see all the mess around it. Some people cut theirs. I won't be cutting this one. I might put a backing on it, like maybe a wood back or something, so it'll be easier to stamp. But that's to be in a later video, because I don't know how to do that. As you can see, I keep switching heads because I want to. Oh, right here. Oh no, this is where I mess up. This is where I mess up the head. Yeah, I messed up this stamp, but we're not going to talk about it. Don't tell anybody, okay? I messed it up, but we're not talking about that. That's me noticing. Oh no. So I tried to even it out, and I said, oh no. But yes, I clean up my edges, make sure everything is deep so you don't see anything. So yes, when you get done, and make sure you clean up good, put everything back where you got it from, so that you can find it next time and get all your things up. So now we're gonna do a test for the stamp. Usually you do a test so you can make sure if there's any unwanted noise or anything that you don't want, you can just carve it out. But if there is, or if there isn't, then the stamp is done. But of course, you got to make sure your ink pads are nice and juicy. Mine are not, but I also didn't really douse it that much, so you get what you do. There's the stamp. I forgot the size of the hat, so then I decided to do that way, and then I flip it that way. Yes. Now this is gonna be the juicy one. Yeah. That's better. Yeah. My pink thumb. All right. So yeah, I decided to go in with some more stamps so that I can I decided to go in with some more changes on the sides there. You see some little noises or a little noise. And I decided to mess up my eyebrow. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, here are the final pieces, the final little stamps. I love them. Tell me what you think, though. So, yeah, these stamps, if you want to make a stamp, make sure you get all the tools, make sure you be safe, carve away from you. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. But yeah, look at this stamp. It's me. It's me. Lopsided beard and all. But yeah, bye. See you next time.